All right, welcome everybody. And okay, Troy, honey, hang on. Okay, here we go. Welcome everybody. My name is Christy Brune, and I am the Global Director on your team, and I'm so happy to see all your smiling faces. So welcome. It is September 15th already, you guys. And what's the best thing about the 15th of any month? We get paid, right? Woohoo! So anybody that gets a monthly paycheck, that's a very exciting time of the month. And I do want to just recognize the August rank ups from last month, just because we've been gone and there was a holiday, and so we haven't been together. So Miss Brooke Peoples, do a ooh, ooh. Made manager last month. Congratulations, girlie. And we also had a Vanessa. I'm going to screw up her last name. I think it's Jabara. Is that right, Alicia? Jabara. And she ranked up to manager last month. And she has a coach, Shannon Brandt, who ranked up to senior coach last month. So congratulations, you guys. And also Melissa Meeker. She did ED by the hard way, the good way, the 6,000 frontline way. So congrats, Melissa. That's awesome. Way to go, guys. Yay! Okay, I am going to record here. Hang on, I'm already recording, but in speaker view. But why is that? Hang on just a second. I'm going to mute this phone. Okay, then I'm going to go to speaker view. Can you guys see me now? No. Okay, forget it. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is holy servers down, Batman, right? We had so many people trying to get on that they crashed the website. You know what that means? That means thank you to all you guys for all your hard work, because you got the word out. People are excited and they were joining, but it's all fixed now. And so the starting date has been moved to Wednesday. So we have that's 2 extra days to invite people, right? And then the ending date will be 2 days later. So it'll be October 30th. So right before Halloween. So I think that's kind of fun. So you have 2 extra days to invite people, and 2 extra days so that they have the full 6 weeks, which is great. How many of you, just a show of hands, tried the Honey Beth method to invite people? Okay. How many, raise of hands, have no idea what I'm talking about with the Honey Beth method? Okay. So Honey Beth was a video that I posted in Dreamweavers. And basically, all she did was she got on Facebook, and I can't remember what her video said for sure. Maybe it was 15 minutes. And she had a little blip that she just copied and pasted to all of the people that were on Messenger right now. Like, they had that little green dot, and boom, just copy and paste the same thing to a bunch of people. And she ended up getting, I forget, who remembers how many people in her room? It was crazy, like 72, 52, something. It was crazy. I'm getting all these. Crazy amount of people. And so I was like, well, okay, because I've been gone and I haven't really done a whole lot, so let me try it. That sounds like fun. Because it was so fun. Like, it wasn't scary at all. It was fun. And it's kind of like, don't you guys like to be invited to a party? Even if you know you can't attend, it's kind of nice just to be invited anyway, right? So it's a really cool way to do that. I'd like for anybody that's not sure of what I'm talking about, or maybe you have hesitations about it, will you unmute yourself now so we can address those and maybe talk you through them? Nobody. Oh, Melissa's daughter has one. No one? Okay, does someone want to give a testimony to how they did it and how it worked for them? No one? Alicia.
I will. Okay, so it's me, Alicia. I'm at my mother's house, so tag team in here. Well, I got in on and was playing around with it, and it turned out that Sorry. It turned out that somebody that I was not even friends with on Facebook, he wanted to do it. It was the husband of the person that I had sent the message to. So she said, I'm not interested in this at this time. Thanks a lot for inviting me. My husband wants to do it. How does he sign up? So that was kind of fun. Anyway, and a lot of people interested, and a lot of people wanted more information. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Good. And I think too that, they may have seen your post, but a personal invite, just reaching out to them through the Facebook Messenger, that's another layer, right? It makes them feel more welcomed, more like they want to be part of it. And then if they will, hopefully, you can get their email address to send them the link to the challenge. I was not posting the link in the Facebook message. I was trying to get their email address so even if they didn't join the challenge, I could get back to them and say, well, if you're not going to join the challenge and that's something you decided wasn't good for you right now, that's totally fine. Is it okay if I just keep you updated on how we're doing, on how the team's doing? And I put them in my connections email, right? So that's what I was doing with that. Brooke, did you have a testimony you wanted to share? I think I saw your hand, but now you're frozen.
I did have one, but my phone was dying, so I'm going to have to jump on hopefully before the call ends.
Oh, your phone's dying?
Yeah.
That's fine. Anyone else have a testimony about it that they want to share?
I'll talk, Chrissy.
Okay.
This is Katie. So the thing that surprised me most, I threw out a bunch of text messenger or Facebook Messenger requests to people, and I didn't let my brain get in the way. So you know how we do, like, well, man, she's really already kind of skinny. Oh man, well, she's pregnant. Oh, well, just down the line, right? Nope. No, I went straight down the line. They had a green dot. I sent a message, period. And actually, I was most surprised because two of the people who my head said, they wouldn't be interested. They're really fit. They have their own thing. They work out every day. All I ever see is their fitness posts, blah, 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 blah. They both jumped on immediately and said, that sounds awesome. I'm in. Send me the link or whatever. Or I'm clicking on the link or whatever. And literally they both joined up faster than anybody else. And then one of them went in on a 6% loss. I don't even know how that's possible, but whatever. But I'm just saying, it's the easiest. Like, you don't like to do collecting yeses because that makes you nervous. Like, don't even let that same thought process get in your way. This is even easier. Like, just go down the list and put it in, because you will be shocked. I had 2 people, and now I have 14 people, and 3 more wrote today. And it works. It just works.
Awesome. That's so true. Thank you for bringing that up. That's so true. I had the same thought process, and I was like, oh, screw it. Let me just invite them anyway. I'm going to invite them to my party, see if they want to come, right? So my little feedback was, I probably I took a list, but it was probably around 50 Facebook messages, and out of that I got 8. So I was pretty excited about that, and it was fun. And they were like, yeah, tell me more. I've seen your post, but I didn't know what that was. And do I have to do your thing? No, you don't have to do my thing. Now, some people are saying, well, why would I want them in my challenge if they're not going to do my program? Like, why wouldn't you guys? They are going to come into what we call the warm water, right? They're going to get a sense of what this healthy community is all about, how much fun we have. And guess what? They're going to get to know you better. And to know you is to like you, right? And once someone knows you, they like you, they trust you, that's when they're going to come and want to be more involved in what you're doing and ask more questions. And that's how you're going to get a client a lot easier than, just bring them in. Because before they were cold, now at least you got them in the lukewarm water. They're closer. Maybe they'll never be a client, but maybe they'll have such a great experience in the challenge, they'll have friends or family that they'll tell about it, and they'll join the next one with you. You just don't know what's going to happen there. So, yes, Kelly.
Sorry, I wanted to just add to that, Christy, the last challenge that did actually happen to me. I had a client who did her own thing, and she did not meet the guidelines of the last challenge. And this challenge, she's doing the program and the challenge, and she's inviting her mom and sister. So, I mean, I want people who aren't doing the program in my room, because they get to know me better. We've developed a relationship, and now she's my client. She started today. So
Awesome.
I'm super excited for her.
There you have it. That's cool. Anybody else on anything with that before we move on? That is in Dreamweavers. It's posted in the files, I think. Well, yeah, there's a file. There's a doc in the files. It's all Honey Beth, and it has everything you need to know. And then I posted a new one today with how to kind of change up the wording of what you want to send, just because it's, you know, the time is now. And so, but they still have time, you guys. They can still sign up until the 28th of September, okay? So the only disadvantage of signing up late is going to be their time of how much to, you know, lose that 6%. They only get 6 weeks. So if they sign up a week late, then they'll only have 5 weeks. But their points will be prorated. So even though they have to get 80% of their participation points, their points will be prorated from the day that they joined. Okay? Does that make sense? So you still have time to invite people. They can still sign up, even the ones that are on the fence. You know, give them another little touch and see if they still would like to join, because they still can. And we're gonna have a lot of fun, and they're gonna, you know, learn stuff and see how fun you are and get to know you, like you, and trust you. So good. And then I don't know how many of you, I'm just going to put a plug out there for the leadership call. The leadership call we have every Monday night. So it will be right after this call. It's at 8 p.m. Central. And that's something that Dr. A and the top leaders in the company do. And if you haven't seen it, but I posted a picture about the seashell analogy. Well, that came from Kim Fisk, who was on the leadership call last Monday night. I happened to be at her house sitting there on the deck with her when she was, which was kind of cool. Watching the deer like eat in the lawn, it was really fun. And she talked about the seashell analogy and how, like, let's say that, what if I told you there was 100 seashells on the beach, and under 10 of them, there's $100 bills? Okay? So would you stop, like, let's say you turned over 5 and there's no $100 bills over there. Would you spend a lot of time trying to make that shell into a $100 bill? Or would you just keep moving on until you found those $100 bills and turn over all 100 seashells? So you guys, don't try to make a $100 bill seashell out of something that just has sand underneath of it. Don't spend time there. Just keep looking. Keep inviting to your party. Just keep inviting to your party, because you're going to find some. So don't get stuck on the ones that are just full of sand. Just keep going. Okay? So every Monday night at 8 o'clock is the leadership call. If you can't be on, that's okay. It's recorded. And there's a recorded number too. So I don't listen to it live every week, but I'll listen to it the next day or the following day on a recording. And I'll do it while I'm walking or at the gym or folding laundry or whatever, just multitask. So it doesn't take any extra time out of your day. Just to give you an example, I told my husband this would be a really good thing for him to do. And he's like, honey, I don't have time. I just don't have time. I have to do this and that and the other. And I said, well, what do you do on your way to work? Well, listen to the radio. So what if you just listen to the call on your way to work? Then you're not using up any more time, right? He's like, oh, damn, I hate it when you're so smart. So I heard him come home tonight and he was listening to the leadership call. So good job, honey. So just try to think of those things that you can do to multitask and use your time wisely. So you don't have to spend all that time just sitting in front of the computer or sitting on the phone. Multitask. We're women, most of us. Sorry, Troy. And we are great multitaskers, aren't we? We were just born that way. So use that efficiently. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the 15th of the month. this is when a really good time, if you haven't done it yet, like if you're shooting for a goal of how many people you want to get healthy this month, and maybe that goal is attached to a smiley face, right? So you want to be a senior coach, or you want to try to be a manager or an associate director. If you can do your tracking volume now, and if you don't know how to do that, get with your mentor coach. They can teach you how. But basically, you're going to look in your Office in Motion, and you're going to add up all the orders that you already have that are listed in your Office in Motion, and then you're going to see what orders have left to process till the end of the month. And just kind of guesstimating, where they are in the program, what their order is going to look like, how many dollars amount it's going to be. You can kind of get a sense of where you're going to end the month at if you don't have any more new clients. Then, if you don't have your lines on paper yet, lines on paper is something we do at the beginning of every month. Make sure you have your lines on paper for how many new people you would like to help this month to help you reach your goal. And so that's tracking volume. And again, if that didn't make sense, you've never heard that before, please get with your mentor coach and they can teach you that. That's something that's very useful and very helpful for knowing where you're at and where you want to be. And your mind is like, Kim always says, your mind's like a laser and not a shotgun. So if you have those lines on paper, it's a lot easier for your mind to wrap it around itself and know exactly how many people you need to help. So maybe it's 5 more. You don't know who those 5 are going to be, but put your lines down, and you're more likely to see those lines every day and go, I still need 5 more. Guess I better start the Facebook messaging and picking up the phone and talking to people to get them healthy. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that up. High 5 and ED to B calls. I hope you guys are all taking advantage of those. A high 5 call is for a brand new coach that's trying to get their first 5 clients. So if you don't know about those, please ask your mentor coach. But this month, the whole focus is going to be about the challenge and how to get the word out and what's going on in the challenge. So it's just going to keep you in the loop more. And it's also with people that are at your same level. So in the high 5 group, you're going to be with people that are brand new just like you. And you're going to hear from other leaders and their voices. And you're going to hear some of the same things we talk about because we're all going to train you the same way. But it just comes from a different leader. And sometimes, when your mom tells you something over and over again, and then you go over to your best friend's house and their mom says something and you're like, oh, that's so smart. Like it just sinks in because someone else said it. So, and then the ED to B is obviously the ones that are shooting to go ED, or maybe they are an ED, just not as strong as they'd like to be, and they're shooting for 10K. Just make sure you guys know about those, and there's new sign-up sheets every month. So if you were in the call in August, you need to re-sign up in September, and it'll be the same way for October. I'm sure we'll continue them. So make sure you look at that. It should be at the pinned post in your group. You're either in the high 5 group on Facebook or the ED to B group, and it's in the pinned post. Did I leave anything out about that? Kelly, Katie, Alicia? No? Pam? Okay, we're good? Okay, so something that I would like to, well, there's 2 things, but I'm going to start with this one. Katie made this cool little thing that on the 15th of the month is a really good time. Like, do your tracking volume. So if you have a goal and you want a little boost of something to use to get you there, Katie made this thing, and I'm going to share my screen and then have her unmute and explain it with computer sound. Ooh. Okay, can you see it?
Not yet.
No?
Oh, Facebook just came up. It's right behind your Facebook screen, Christy. Can you minimize your Facebook screen?
Oh, well, yeah. Do you see it now?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so this kind of works a little bit like a gift card. So the idea is that I would send this out to my clients, and in hopes that they're going to refer people back to us. So basically, when these come back to us or to me, I am going to put $30 cash on account to the brand new client on their first Be Slim order. So it basically is, I need referrals, and I'm going to bonus anybody who you know that might be on the fence. Maybe this is going to help them through. And so they're going to get $30 towards their first Be Slim order. I also give out $25 to referrals. So yes, I would be out $55 on the first order, but we all know that I mean, at least I am willing to give up my commissions on my first Be Slim order, knowing that, I'm going to keep coaching them and they're going to keep ordering, and they are a window to 300 or 400 other people. So, absolutely worth the output. And we just thought it'd be really cute to have kind of like a gift card. I also made these when I designed this thing, I made it in the size of a 4x6 postcard. So if for any reason somebody can think of a reason they'd want to actually print a few, those would go perfectly on the 4x6 cards, just like our challenge cards did. And then you could actually write on them. But I'm going to have a blank copy of this. I'm going to have a blank copy of this where my information is not on there. And you guys can open up PicMonkey or whatever, just like you did for the challenge, and go ahead and insert your information on the card. And then Christy and I were also talking, you probably also want to insert an electronic expiration date on there. So when you put in your information on there, you would say expires by 9/30/14. That way you're sure these get out and get back to you by the end of the month, because that was our goal anyway, was to pick up some volume by the end of the month. So let me see if Christy, did I miss anything?
No, I think that's awesome. And it's pretty, and it's just fun. Anybody have any questions about this? It's just a fun little thing. Like, we ask people for referrals. This is just another fun little way to get it out in front of them. And it's pretty, like I said, and it would be a good way to boost the end of the month if you want to. It's definitely, you don't have to do this. This is just if you want to. And everything going forward in Take Shape for Life and with Dreamweavers and with the Bring team is only if you choose to and only if you want to. So just know that. So this is not something you have to do. But Katie is nice enough that she put this together, and she's going to put a blank copy and maybe just put it in the files for us, and then we can all have access to it, so we can use that as we choose to. Sound good? Okay. Thank you, Katie. I'm going to show you one other thing while I got you on screen share. Not that. Okay. Can you see this? Hang on, let me close out everything else. Whoops. Do you see my Google Calendar?
Yes. Okay.
All right. So Katie did this other thing too. She's my little Google Calendar queen. I didn't know how to do this. So I can actually, what I've done is made a Google Calendar so I can share it with you guys in Dreamweavers, and where you can see my day and where my open spots are, and you guys can go in there and fill in your name. So if you have a 3-way story call that you want to do with me, or you just want a mentoring time with me, these are my open spots. So just go in and you'll be able to, I have to email it to you, I think. I got to watch Katie's video again. But I think I email it to you, and then you have access to it, and you can just go in and edit it and write your name in there. So like if you have a story call coming up, and then that way you don't have to call me and say, hey, what times do you have open? And then go back to your client and say, okay, what times did any of these times work for you? Just to kind of simplify, when is she free and when can we do a call? When am I free? Just by looking at a schedule. Any questions about that? I can only see 3 of you, so I don't know if you have your hands up. You'll have to unmute yourself. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay, that was all I really had to share with you tonight. But I would like any questions about the challenge. I think, Carrie, did you say you still can't get in? Did you chat that?
Yeah,
I just tried to get in beforehand because I saw your post in Dreamweavers. So I was trying to figure out how many were in my room, and it just has 2 videos on the main screen. It wouldn't let me go any further than that. So I don't know what's going on tonight.
Okay. My guess would be, unfortunately, that because everyone knows the site's up and running now, that there might be an overload of people trying to get in to get their picks put in and their weigh in, and it might be a little slow. That's my guess, because as far as I know, it's up and running. Kelly, do you know more than that?
I do. I asked in another group earlier, and because I was having trouble too, and they said to make sure that you clear your cookies and your cache because of the update. So everybody needs to clear their cookies and cache and then try again.
Okay, Miss Techie Woman. So tell everyone how to clear their cookies and their cache.
Google it and read the.
So we're not talking about the ones in your cupboard?
No.
Oh.
I would explain it, except that everybody's probably using a different browser. So it's going to be different for Firefox versus Chrome versus Internet Explorer. So seriously, just Google, how do I clear my cookies on Firefox? And it'll tell you step by step how to do it.
Okay. Good answer. I like that. What's this cache thing? Is that the same as cookies?
Yeah, you just include, because on some browsers you have to do 2 different steps, and on some browsers it clears all of it in 1 step.
Okay. Okay. So if you're having trouble, try that. See if that doesn't help you out.
That may not cure everything. I'm not saying that. I just know that I was still having problems. So that was the answer I got.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, my guess is like tonight is probably going to be a really busy night. People like to get on, late at night after they put the kids to bed and stuff like that. So if you can't get on tonight, maybe try earlier in the morning. I'm just assuming like noontime is going to be busy because people are going to be trying, on their lunch breaks or stuff. But hopefully they'll work these kinks out. It's just that there's so many people because it's a Take Shape for Life wide challenge this time, which means a ton more people. And even though they were ready, we overdid it for them. I mean, we got more people excited about it than they thought. So hopefully they're on it by now. But good. Hopefully that helps you, Carrie. Okay. Anyone else? Katie?
When are you going to send out the emails so that we can all start typing into your calendar?
I got to figure out how I get all those emails. I will work on that. I don't know if I can. I can copy and paste if I can find them all. I have to go in and individually do it. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just share it then with my direct line, and then if someone else wants it, I guess I'll just have them private message me and let them know that they want it too, and then I'd be happy to send it on as well. Good question. Don't put pressure on me, girl. Okay, anything else? Green.
I just want to share something that seems to be working for me on my challenge site. They have a quick survey that they can fill out. If you haven't seen it, you should tell everyone to fill it out, because there is a question to ask them if they're interested in losing 2 to 5 pounds per week and 1 to 2 thereafter. So I've been responding to all the quick surveys I received, just introducing myself and responding to all of their other things, and then saying, I also saw that you're interested in this, my program, da 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 da. And I've gotten 3 clients from those people I responded to. So if you haven't done that yet, I would definitely recommend it.
Awesome. Thank you for bringing that up. I kind of forgot about that. So thank you. Yes. They get 5 points for filling out the survey. So,
Yeah.
right? That's a very good idea. And so just like she said, when you get those surveys, it would be great to respond to it and just comment on, how they filled it out. If they said I think one of them says, I'm just an awesome person. I remember reading that a couple times. What they struggle with why they can't stay consistent, whether it's boredom or lack of exercise or whatever, and just comment on that. And then you do, even if they don't want to do the program, I would still reach out to them and see if they would be interested in like a weekly coaching call with you. and could you help them with their goals? You know, you guys have tricks. You guys know, we have the habits of health that you can pull from. You know, ask them about their water intake, how their stress is, how much sleep they're getting. You know, you can ask them all those questions and in which areas you can help them in. So that's a great. Thank you for bringing that up, girl. So definitely don't just let those sit in your inbox. Be talking to them, people. Because they may not be ready right now, but they might be ready later. So that would be good. Okay, anyone else? Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being on tonight. And let's just go pack those rooms. That's fun. Thank you for filling out the, you know, how many rooms you have and how many people are in your room. I want to tally that up and see how many people that we're actually affecting just on our team. So I think that's fun to see. So fill that out if you haven't. I posted that right before the call. So, and thank you so much for being on. Bye.